Alrighty folks, another update on that, the 1980 Kawasaki Z650 F1. Just want to give you a quick run through what's been happening. Wiring harness is now in and tested. Found out the instrument cluster harness was bad yesterday, but we've removed that. That will get fixed and replaced it with a good used unit. The instruments are in, which is very exciting. This is a used set of instruments. We have no idea what number of Ks was on this bike, unfortunately, because it didn't come with instruments. As you know, they were all over in that box, all separate than the bike. So the good news is that when I turn the idiot lights on, I now have idiot lights. So that's my neutral switch and my oil pressure switch. Fantastic. When I turn this on, you may be able to see that. I don't know. I have lights, essentially. You can see also high beam is on right now. If I turn that off, it turns off. We still haven't hooked up the brake light. There's no pressure in there yet. Haven't bled that one. We've still just been figuring that piece out. And don't think I have anything there yet either. But that's all a question of wiring down this side. So I'm not overly concerned with that. The important thing is that the idiot lights come on. Nice thing about this bike as well, comes with the original Kawasaki key. They're quite rare to find. I've also found a set of indicators, the mirrors for it as well. So basically a quick rundown of the features. It's an original bike, it's a matching numbers bike. The instruments are correct for the bike. They're not, I don't think, originally from this bike. I'm pretty sure they're not. But the master cylinder is correct. We did have this one on, that's for the later model, it's different wiring. We have found the correct ones as well, which are over here. So the correct braking system, the master cylinders look like a knuckle. So kind of like the C spec, like this, and you can see we're just cleaning this lot. So it's a left and right caliper with the mounting plates. Somebody's painted them green for some reason, I don't know. The pistons are okay. I'd probably replace them if I was going to keep the bike. The seals will be serviceable. It will have brakes. I would recommend anybody that's going to purchase the bike goes through and does a full service on the whole thing because it is being sold as a project, but these are correct for that bike. That's the kind of profile. It has the knuckle, so piston here, brake pad there, and another pad with a special backing plate and screw that holds it into that assembly right there. So those will get fitted during the week, which will give us the correct front master cylinder with the correct brakes. So kind of look a bit like that actually. It's a nice set on this Mark II. What else has been going on? So correct brake lines have been located and installed. The discs are correct as well, so we know those are right. These are for a different model. Still hunting down this miscellaneous wire on the rec. I'm not sure that this had the extra brown wire, but that's an easy fix. We've got a spare here. Indicators all work now, which is pretty exciting. I've actually disconnected the front, so I can't show you those. Handlebars are correct for this model, which is really nice. The grips are in good shape. The throttle has a really crisp snap to it. Let me do that for you now. So this is what you want to hear and see, like that. So again, good adjustment in here. Like I say, still have to bleed the brakes and finish that up. But it's definitely coming back to life. These indicators are wrong, by the way. They go for that bike over there, the F2 or F3. We've got an air filter that needs to go in there. Pop some oil in there. We found the correct point system as well. There's been a bit of a jigsaw. So this one has the switch indicator light that goes from here, and the condensers go there, and has a point system. So this is now correct, wired into the bike. Obviously we've got to set the timing on it, which is just adjusting this until that sparks properly. What else? Oh, it turns over. Let me see if I can do this. So we have a clutch switch. So in the run position, I have to hold the clutch switch in and give it a nudge. So you can hear that. So it has a dead spot in the clutch, in the starter, but it turns over really nicely. It's got really good compression. So very happy with that. We'll check for oil. Carbies won't get restored. We're not going to do that. This, like I say, is being sold as a project, but it's got all the right bits and pieces on it. It's the correct wiring harness, the correct date codes on the switches. Obviously, things need to come apart, be cleaned, etc., etc., etc. If you're going to buy it, take it on as a project, you've got to understand that. Will come with a nice set of bodywork. So this is the tank, small dent on the side there, but otherwise in good shape. One side cover and the ducktail, which is over there, which you've seen in previous videos. Foot pegs have been installed. We have a aftermarket exhaust system and a set of crash bars. This will make somebody a really nice run-around project. Headlight, stupidly, the headlight fork ears, I forgot to install, so I had to pull the entire front end off. But they're the correct ones for that model. They got the trim rings on them and everything else. So it's coming together. Correct headlight assembly and shell down there. Bit of a cleanup required, obviously, which will happen tomorrow. But yes, things are moving along nicely. I'm happy with that. And from the from the back of the bike, looks pretty good too. Not new, but respectable, serviceable, etc., etc. So there you go. 1980 Kawasaki Z650 F1. More to come. Obviously, we want to do a video with this one running, and then we're on to the Mark II. We've got to finish this one up. That engine is within sniffing distance, hilariously or otherwise, as you might suggest. We ran into a problem where somebody had installed the clutch springs in the valve train. Not good. That is now fixed. Hence the stuff all neatly laid out here. So this has been a voyage of discovery. The next engine will be quite quick by comparison, which is really just a clean, and then we've got a bit more engine building going on down there. Then the final updates in terms of 650s are, and yes, I will clean this up because it's driving me nuts too. We now have underneath that blanket right there, a 1976 Kawasaki Z900 A4 frame with matching swing arm, and a 1975 Kawasaki Z1 B900. The 76 Z900 A4 frame needs to be used as a template for the police bracketry, so specifically the crash bar mounting points, the pannier mounts on the back, and the front crash bar mounts. We've got all the metal already bent. That's been over here for about a year. We've just been waiting on the frame and finally got one. So this is all surface rust. These are the rear crash bars, pannier mounts under here as well, and front crash bar. So that all has to be welded in situ. We have to make two sets, one for the 650 and one for the Z900. So now we have all those bits, we can do that. Now once we've done that on the 650, we'll fit the sirens. Got other bits and pieces here ready to go on, lights, headlight, rear tail light cluster, some extra re-chromed parts. And then of course we've got the Z1100 project, which is in the background, and some other bits and pieces going on as well. We are going to have a big tidy up here. All these engines, the 650 engines and parts, are going to be basically lumped together and put over to the right, over there. And the way that will happen is that Honda, the engine's going to be done by the end of the month. This bike will be sold, hopefully. That Honda will be gone, so that box, the frame, that, and all these little bits will be gone. That one's going in for its blue slip the week of the 1st of November. So that will be out the door as well. That's been a long restoration project, but it's very close to being finished. This one is new valve seals. Once that's done, that's back on the road. That's already done 1,000K, actually over 1,000K since the rebuild. And when we have the police bracketry made, that one is out the door. That's literally a running bike with a fully rebuilt engine. Just needs the tank plumbed in and the police bracketry stuff done. And this 650 over here, which is the 79C3, the forks are going to come off and be vapor blasted, headlight fitted, clutch fitted, seat and bodywork, and then she's off as well. So we'll actually have some space in here. And that is how we're going to organize all of this. So more on that to come. It's been very hot, very sweaty, and unfortunately, not enough videos from me because we've been zooming around on the day job as well and going around and scoring this deal, which I'll break down in more detail in an upcoming video. But suffice to say, that is all 76 Z900A4. This one is all 75 Z1B900, and the engine is already been pretty much done, so vapor blasted and whatnot, so this should come together pretty quickly. Anyway, lots more to come. Thank you for watching. Appreciate all the positive comments and feedback. Stuff is happening, things are moving, progress is being made. It may not look like it, particularly with the spaghetti on the floor, but it actually is, particularly with the learning curve with this F-spec Z650. The other bikes are pretty well known, but the F-spec was completely unknown. So this is an Australian spec F1 that will be back on the road again soon. Cheers everybody, happy Sunday. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in the next video.